gentlemen, welcome to December! We outside! We've arrived!
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of The Roundup, Tech Trends and Tunes, a show where we bring you the biggest stories in technology, trends and entertainment, and of course bringing you fresh insight and real deep conversations on the culture, the future and the business of the things that you love. Very many thanks to you for your feedback and your love on the last episode. Mind-blowing. As a matter of fact, True Flutter told us that they got a lot of sign-ups on their platforms because you watched our video and our episode. Thank you for all the love and feedback. Today promises to be amazing. My name is Gloria Babaridi, your host with the most as always. Well, I will not be doing this alone. You already know I have the tech entrepreneur and the master of technology himself, breaking down data, giving you all the business angles and perspective. I'm talking about Mr. Wale.
Good to be back.
How are you doing, Wale?
I'm doing okay.
Good to be back on the show for another episode.
Absolutely. I wasn't sure what to expect after the first episode, but like you said, so much love. So we're thanking everybody.
Absolutely.
Keep watching.
Yeah, keep watching. So much love on the show. It's been mind-blowing. Today we're delving into two hot topics. Number one, Detty December and the business of Lagos' biggest party season. You know, December now and Detty December and all that conversation of Italawa, IJGBs, I just got back. We are outside, right? I know that rings a bell. Yes, we're talking about that. And then we're moving on to talk about the future of social media. You know, the recent TikTok ban in the United States, and after 24 hours again, you're back on TikTok. How people and content creators are making a lot of money on TikTok. You see them on TikTok lives and they are doing follow. Yeah, how do they make a lot of money on TikTok is the conversation that we're having today. And we'll be joined by two individuals to dissect and break down this topic. But of course, I'll bring them on much later. But first, let's hear from Wale. Wale,
yep.
Detty December. What were you doing, Detty December? Were you Italawa, Detty December?
I was inside like I was outside. And what I mean by that is I wasn't in Nigeria, but it was as if I was. Because you could literally follow what was going on day by day in Nigeria through social media. Not just by comments by Nigerians. I was especially intrigued by comments by foreigners. There were Americans and American celebrities who were even saying, guys, why didn't you tell me about this Detty December thing in Nigeria? There's a popular DJ who kept saying, oh, you guys did me bad, but be rest assured, next December, I'm buying my ticket.
I'm
going to be there. So whoever, whether it was intentional or by mistake, how we did that PR thing for Detty December is amazing.
Amazing. I mean, everybody from everywhere around the world.
It was the biggest news.
If you're not in Lagos, I don't know where you were.
Well, exactly.
No shades. I didn't mean to.
Yeah. So it was big.
Yeah,
So I mean, I started looking at naturally the business side of this.
Okay.
How could we? I mean, first of all, how did this add to our economy? And going forward, how can we sustain
Love
this?
it. So let's just dive into that conversation already. And joining us is Tokes. Let me say Tokumbo, but let's call him Tokes. Moving on.
That's fine.
He's a talent manager, a music producer, and a club publicist.
Yes.
I like that part. Joining us on the show on set. Thank you very much for joining us, Tokumbo.
Welcome.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I just came back from a party, as you can see.
Love it. Love it.
I'm okay. I had my own fun in December too.
Okay.
Good.
So that's in December. Let's just dive right into the conversation and the entire December period and all. Who makes more money? Tell me the truth. Is it the artist, the talent manager? Is it the record label? Is it the clubs? Who makes more money? Before Wale comes to give us the real data from your own end, who makes more money?
The thing is, first, you can't see into people's pockets, like everyone was making money, but you really can't say, this person is making more. Because when it comes to December, you have brands involved, you have corporate entities, trying to push their business, push their name. So everyone is making money one way or the other. You see Pepsi sponsoring concerts, you see different brands sponsoring artists, whatever, booking artists there and there. So you really can't say this person made more, but rest assured, everyone is making money in the entertainment industry in December. Take it or leave it.
Love it. Well,
So when I was looking at this, I went a little bit up to look at tourism as a whole, because you can classify this. A lot of people were in the country. Absolutely. There was a summit in Rwanda in 2023 that said tourism could add over $200 billion to the African economy and creating 18 million additional jobs. And that's staggering. The irony of that statistics is that Nigeria doesn't really feature. When you traditionally think about tourism and tourism in Africa, Nigeria is not one of those countries that people come to until now, until Detty December.
Right.
So that gives us a sense of the fact that people can actually come here and be ambassadors for what they experience and be ambassadors for the country. I was looking at the data that the Lagos State government released after Detty December, and I'm sure they didn't capture everything. There was over $72 million made, mostly around nightlife, accommodation, and travel. $44 million by hotels.
And short letter.
And 13 million by short letter and Airbnb.
Wow.
So these are individuals who benefited, who have invested in those assets and who were able to monetize that they would never have monetized.
Real estate people.
A month before then. There were a lot of movement by Uber, cab drivers, private cab drivers.
There was traffic.
There was traffic everywhere.
Hey.
Luxury car movement. So you can look at it in a multi-dimensional way.
Right.
But I guess going forward, we have to figure out a structured way to be able to capture this data and understand the trends, what is pulling it, the growth that we can see from. But those were some of the things I saw that we could pull out from last December.
Amazing. Wale, what you just said about the data, and of course the fact that I'm sure if we look at that data in comparison to other months, you'd see a spike in the one for December. And that brings me to...
I'll give you one last
yes,
one.
Please,
in electronic payment alone, we saw a jump of 43% from December 2023 to December 2024.
Wow.
People spent 115 trillion naira in December alone in Nigeria. Electronic payment, not cash.
Wow.
That's an additional fact.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And that brings me to you, Tokunbo. At a point, I was talking to you, Wale, how that it's like Naira went up, dollar came down during December. And I was wondering, can it still remain like this forever and ever?
Everyone is
Because it seemed as though when we had the IJGBs, they came in with a lot of dollars, and of course it will affect the economy and all that. But you as a club publicist, you're into this entertainment, the core of entertainment in December. Give us a little comparison, how December was in comparison to other months.
Okay, so Lagos being a hub of entertainment in Nigeria itself, it has this like spike on a daily basis. Like there's always a party, there's always a club, there's always an event, which is the general January to maybe August.
It
is normal for us to party 5 times a week. There's parties on Mondays, Tuesday to Sunday, every day. But the thing is, from ember months, October, November, December, it increased. Now you have the regular club spaces that used to contain normal Nigerians. Probably you have 4 clubs in a street, probably like VI. And then it's containing Nigerians comfortably. Everyone is there. Everyone is having fun. December, it becomes, you really have to book a table a week before.
Reserve.
A whole week.
A week before. Let's say a week before. Sometimes, if you're lucky, days before. But you are not expecting to come in that day and then just go into the club and see a space. Because we had more people. Same thing with apartments, like you said. You can always get an apartment before, but then December, you have to book weeks before.
As a time of filming this is February. Do you know that people that have events in December this year. If you are watching this and you have an event in December and you've not booked your shortlet to apartment, just forget it.
You have to.
It's really crazy, Wale.
Yeah. I have friends who came to Nigeria at that time to eat at restaurants. They had to book their seats ahead. There was just no spaces. And they give you number. If you miss in a particular window, you even lose your money. No refund.
No refund.
Yeah. So businesses were really cashing out around this period, no doubt.
Wow. Okay, just as we begin to wrap up the conversation, Tokunbo, let's talk about Lagos. Yeah. We understand it's the hub of entertainment in Nigeria. Do you think it's going to continue that way forever? Or are you seeing other states begin to open up to because if you talk about Detty December, we're talking about Lagos states.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you thinking maybe Abuja, maybe because that's the only state I can still say that probably might want to be a par with Lagos? Or apologies to those living in other states, so I don't know. But do you think that as an entertainment person, other states might play catch up with Lagos? Let us know.
Okay, so the thing about Lagos is you have the airport, which is one thing Abuja shares with us. So you can say, yes, Abuja is also there in terms of entertainment. But then another thing Lagos has is body of water. Generally, I think all over the world, anywhere that actually has water.
You have beaches.
Beaches, body of water for like boat cruises, beach houses. It's an additional attraction. People want to be there. Yeah. And then, basically, the moment you're coming in from whatever country you're coming from, you're either landing in Lagos or Abuja. So I don't really see other states catching up. Yeah. If any state is even going to catch up as much, probably Abuja. But then, Lagos is still there.
And I think you're right.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm kind of passionate about, is the way to put it, is a way for us as a country to be deliberate about this.
Right.
I think we've arrived at this, one could argue by mistake, but now that we're here, I think so. But now that we're here, how do we capitalize on it
and
in a deliberate way? And that's why I think there's an opportunity for private public sector partnership here. Right. Can we have a Detty December register where all the vendors who wants to participate in Detty December will register to the government? All the real estate providers will register to the government. The clubs, restaurants. We create a gigantic directory and listing that is verifiable, that will give and inspire confidence to those who are visiting, to know that if I'm here, if I'm engaging with anyone, whether it's for transportation or for accommodation or food or parties or clubs, it's verified, it's genuine, I can feel safe, there's infrastructure around it. I think that's what we need to start doing. And I, as an entrepreneur, I'm always open to driving things like this. To help. Yeah, absolutely.
Love it.
So if anybody is hearing from the government, please you can reach out.
If you're watching this, government, Lagos in Nigeria, please reach out to us. Our DMs are open. We're here to champion and work hand in hand with you for this cause.
Absolutely.
So just before we run off to Tokunbo, Detty December 2025. What's happening already? What are you seeing from February this year?
I'm seeing a lot of people keen into the opportunities because a lot of people missed chances last year. Like, you probably had the money, people have been begging you, says, oh, come and do this investment, come and build this apartment, you're going to make your money, and you were very stubborn before. Now, they are the one begging because they saw the opportunities. You had people making millions upon millions. I felt some people were even greedy if you think about it, because some apartments were not worth that much, but they made it that much.
Everything is
supply and demand.
Exactly.
Yeah,
supply and demand.
Market forces.
Exactly.
So
Everything becomes expensive in the market.
They made their money. You have more restaurants by the day in VI. I can't count restaurants these days. Everyone is just preparing for the next batch, because so many people regretted that they didn't come.
And I think the same thing is happening in the corporate world. I'm privileged to conversations and projects around how do we make the people coming in have access to prepaid cards at the airport, so that you don't even need to be spending your Bank of America card or Barclays Bank. Just get a local bank. Yeah, and just get your local card, deposit your dollar into it, and you'll be able to spend. Just like I have a bank card here locally. We're thinking about projects around how do we make even those who want to use their foreign cards, how do we make it seamless? So you enter into a merchant location, a restaurant, a club, you can tap that foreign card on the POS and it works seamlessly. So a lot of projects, and like just like you said, this is February, a lot of those projects are already on, such that by that time it's tested, it's trusted, and we can roll it out to the people that are coming. So, I know that if individuals are doing it, corporates are doing it as well. Everybody's taking this thing seriously, and I hope it continues that way.
Yes, and that's the essence of the Roundup Tech Trends and Tunes, to ensure that we do not just formulate policies and just talk about these things here. If you're watching us, you're in the government, you're a private institution, we want a partnership. Please reach out to us. Let's come together to ensure that all of these things and conversations that we're having right here in the studio, we see them come to bear, right? I'm sure that they're going to turn our economy around and even help better our people and our nation in general. Thank you, Tokumbo, for coming on the show.
Thank you, Tokumbo.
You're going to the club tonight, so yes or yes?
Definitely. Today is Monday.
Which one?
Obi's house.
Today is
Obi's
Monday.
house on a Monday.
On a Monday.
Obi's
Salawa,
house.
always.
Every time.
Do not go anywhere. We'll be
Maybe
right
you can
back.
give us some
I'll be you.
You have to book tables ahead.
All right, such great conversations on Detty December. I did tell you it was going to be really interesting. And once again, I hope that everything that we've had a conversation about here, you take advantage of that and we step on the gas immediately. When we return for the second segment of this episode, we're looking at the future of social media. We're going to be looking at TikTok and the ban in the United States, and of course talking about how content creators are making a lot of money on TikTok. It's one conversation that you do not want to miss out on. Another guest will be joining us in the studios. Let's go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll dive right into it. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.